What's up, everybody? Yeah, I'm making this video. I'm gonna call it, even though I said in the last video for whoever actually watches these, that I'm not gonna use people's names in the titles because I don't want to name drop and look like I'm trying to just get cheap views. But it's been a couple weeks and I can't think of anything else I really want to add to the video. And basically, this one is about Joe Rogan, which Vegan Gains already did like a pretty elaborate, amazing video about. So I just want to. It's really just going to be what I feel like he didn't talk about, and it's probably not anything against what he did. He just probably was never a Joe Rogan fan, so he doesn't have the same respect I at least had for him. So he didn't really know to go that route as far as what he was talking about, because he doesn't know much about Joe Rogan. I don't know a ton about him either. It's not like we're buddies, but I've watched and studied mixed martial arts for a long time, so I have some idea of what at least I thought he was about. The first thing I want to say that at Vegan Gains, he showed it in his video and he addressed it, but he went a different route. But Joe Rogan really smugly, the smug meat eater as opposed to the smug vegan, had his one joke where it was like, vegans are dumb because they need cholesterol, and vegans love saying humans are the only animals that drink the milk of another animal. Well, you know what else humans do? They make movies. No other animals do that, and they do other stuff. But anyway, I don't remember the exact joke, but I know making movies was the first thing he said. I don't know if he added other things to that. And I just wanted to say, like, sure, that's a great point if you don't think, if you don't use your fucking brain. But the thing of it is one, movies, at no point in time did anyone say, you need movies. Movies are good for you. Movies make a strong body. On the other hand, the media shoves milk down your throat saying you need it for strong bones, you need it for this, you need it for that, which you don't. One's a nutritional requirement. One is kind of like an elective thing. Milk is an elective thing, but that's not what the media tells you. It's comparing, it's not even apples and oranges. It's like comparing, I don't know, like carpet and fucking sausages. Like, it's not even in the same vicinity of the same ballpark of anything. It's two completely different things. So if you actually use your fucking brain, Joe Rogan, you'll realize that that's a shitty joke. Well, the joke's mediocre, I'll give you that. If before I was vegan, I'd probably be like, it's kind of funny. But if you actually use your brain, it's a shitty commentary on life or on a viewpoint. The two things aren't even close to the same. And the other thing I wanted to say was, that's all I'm going to say about that. I mean, I could probably rant about it a little more, but it's you get where I'm going with it. There's no point to go any further. The thing about Joe Rogan that I always liked was that he always just said what the fuck he wanted. He never cared about what anyone said, and he questioned a lot of what our government tells us, and he always had point of views that were kind of against necessarily what the mainstream media is telling you. So when and the way he approached the cowspiracy thing, this is basically where it's going, is the cowspiracy interview. The way he approached the cowspiracy interview, the way he, promoted it, because I was a fan on his page, was, he basically said, I watched Cowspiracy and there were some really interesting things and some really, it made me think. And then he has him on, and he kind of like sneak attacks him, because all he does is argue with him. And it weren't even intelligent arguments. They were like shit he pulled off of like some bullshit meat eater blog. That they were just bad arguments that, fortunately for the Cowspiracy people, because he kind of blindsided them, they'd probably heard all these stupid fucking arguments before, so they tore Joe Rogan apart. Not tore him apart, but they tore apart his arguments because they weren't rude or anything. I felt he was being rude by, having them on there, and he probably told them the same thing. Come on, I watched your documentary, really interesting, a lot of good points, and then he just goes and tries to, like, undermine everything they say. Like, at one point, they're talking about studies and this, and he's like, oh, well, did they follow these people? Joe Rogan says. He's like, did they follow these people around? How do they know they were sticking to their diet? But then he'll make another argument that's like, it's been proven that saturated fat is good for you. Well, did they follow those people around and check out their diet and make sure everything they did was correct? No, they didn't do it for that either. You can't follow someone around 24/7, but, if someone says, meat eating is bad for you and you want to, take it apart with a microscope and tweezers and just go to town on it, but then you post this, like, blogger, meat eater blog, and it's like, blogger, obviously it's a blog, but anyway, you post what this meat eater fucking says, and you're like, that's fact, take it, that's fact, it's science, it can't be argued with. And it's just, it was a fucking bullshit, cowardly, scummy thing. And the reason this is well, it doesn't really bother me, but well, obviously it does, but I was going to say upset. It doesn't really upset me. Like, I don't lose sleep over it. But, Joe Rogan to me was always like, he said what he wanted, he did what he wanted, he was a ballsy guy. He would speak up against, basically, but once I thought about it after watching this, the only thing he spoke up against was gun control. So he's really just a hillbilly redneck gun nut disguised as a free thinker. Because, when he first had these people on, I was like, Joe Rogan is kind of the guy that, like, from what I thought before, that could eventually, change his mind about meat eating and hunting and all that. Because, I thought at least if you put, logic and common sense in front of him, he'll accept it, as opposed to being like, no common sense for me, don't want it, can't have it. But that's exactly what he was in that interview. So I lost all fucking respect I had for him. Not that he gives a shit, not that anyone gives a shit about whether I respect him or not. But it was just fucking pathetic, because he promotes himself as that too, as being like a free thinker, like middle class celebrity guy, kind of like Mike Rowe. And Mike Rowe, I don't know anything really about him. I don't watch Dirty Jobs, but I'm saying like that kind of nitty gritty, down and dirty. I'm billionaire or millionaire, but I'm one of you. But he's not. He's a gun nut who would fight for the Second Amendment, which again, different topic. I think the Second Amendment's cool. I don't have a problem with guns, but so he painted this picture, at least to me, that he was a free thinker. And then the reason I say he's a complete and total fucking coward scumbag of a human being is because at the end of it all, when they refute all his points, I mean, he really tried to get them. Really tried to get them on these points. And then when they destroy him, he just goes, well, maybe I'm not the right guy to talk to. Maybe I just don't know enough. Well, maybe you should have not opened your fucking mouth in the first place, you stupid dick. Maybe you should have just kept your fucking mouth shut about something you're too fucking stupid to argue about. Are you fucking kidding me? That's such a cowardly fucking pussy-ass fucking cop-out of a thing to say. Fucking pathetic. At least say, you know what, you guys got some good points, but I'm not really 100% convinced. Give them some credit when they just destroyed you. Be a man and admit it. Oh, I'm just not the right guy to talk to. And then supposedly, in Vegan Gains videos, shows like links and stuff that he keeps like posted more blogger bullshit. No science, just opinions. This and that and that and this. And it was all horse shit that he was posting. And it was really just like, you attack these people. You have them on their video, on your podcast, under false pretense. Like you enjoyed their documentary, it opened your eyes. Then you attack them, you get destroyed, and then saying, you know what, you guys got me on some good points, but, I'm not really quite there. I'm going to change. I want to do my own research, something like that. Just give them some credit, and he's just like, no, I guess I just don't know enough. You should talk to someone else. Like there's some magical fucking meat genie out there that's just going to sprinkle science and facts that aren't there all over the universe. Like there's that person. That's who they should be talking to, not Joe Rogan. Like you're a fucking douchebag. A douchebag coward piece of shit. You're like the worst kind of human being. You play yourself off like you're some really open-minded, smart, free-thinking guy, and you're just a closed-minded, gun-nut, cocksucking piece of shit. Just absolute fucking garbage of a human being. Just absolute fucking garbage. Total fucking coward. And he just a complete and total fucking pussy. And that is my take on Joe Rogan, and that's just kind of like I said, Vegan Gains video, man, he nailed it. That was fucking great. But like I said, he wasn't, I don't think, ever a Joe Rogan fan, never had any respect for him, so he didn't, have opinions about him before this. But I was just, like I said, I was just like blown away by what a fucking pussy he was. I couldn't believe it. Maybe he's always kind of made that obvious to people. I didn't really know him outside of UFC and, the occasional post on Facebook about him speaking out against gun laws. That's it. Like, I really just thought he was like against the government brainwashing people, but it was really just he's a fucking gun nut. It was all Second Amendment shit when I really think about it. So maybe other people already saw this coming. I personally thought, when he was going to have them on, he would be like, this opened my eyes, that opened my eyes, like talking about points in the film that, changed his mind a little bit and made him think deeper about, life in general, meat, whatever. But it didn't. He just watched it and was like, I'm going to have these guys on and I'm going to show them who's boss. And then he got his butthole raped silly. And then he was like, maybe I'm not the right guy. And then maybe you should have shut your mouth in the fucking first place. And that's it. Fuck that guy. Fuck people like him. If you want to be a closed-minded fucking dick sucker, not literally, no problem with homosexuals, figurative dick sucker, like the dick suckers you want to punch in the mouth because they're so fucking stupid, then go right ahead, but don't, first of all, portray yourself as someone who's not that. Like, I have more respect for someone, I think I said this in one of my other videos, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, for someone who watches something like Cowspiracy, watches something like Earthlings, watches something, like, what's it, Forks Over Knives, and just like, I don't give a shit. I don't care about animals. I don't care about myself. I don't care about the planet. I just want to eat cheeseburgers and be a fat, stupid fuck. Okay, I mean, that's your thing. Like, I can't argue with that. If you just want to admit you want to be an ignorant, fat asshole, cool, good for you. Like, it's not really that cool, and it's not really good for you, it's bad for you, and it's kind of shitty. But I have more respect for that person than they're like, well, you need meat for this, and you saturated fat for this, and you need cholesterol for this, and it's all bullshit, it's all stupid, and there's humane ways to kill people. I only eat free range, it's a grass-fed. Like, those people are just the biggest fucking pieces of shit on the planet, and that's what Joe Rogan is, and that's what kind of fucking bothered me. I figured he would at least be on one side of the fence or the other, like open-minded and willing to learn, or the fucking I don't give a shit, not this fucking pretending he knows science when he doesn't. Anyway, that's all for my video. Thanks for watching, the 10 people that will, if that, I don't know, but I had a lot of fun ranting, and it feels better, because that's been bugging me for like 2 weeks, and I got lazy, so I finally got it off my chest. So thanks, everyone. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. You guys, whoever.